Good evening, parents. This is the presentation for Thursday, September 2nd, virtual curriculum night here at Friendship. I'm Mike Wheatley. I'm the principal here at Friendship Junior High School, and we're excited to have you. We would love to have you in the building, but again, our main focus this year is really making sure we're remaining social distance and keeping kids in our schools for the year. So, going on to today's schedule, you will see that you have until 6:08 with me, but a lot of this time is going to be time for you to make sure your Zoom links are all set up. These are also going to be sent out within the email. A heads up that you only have to attend your student's first period of the ELA class. This is a time for teachers to really just share what's going on in class, curriculum, expectations for homework and assignments that students do have. And then you're only going to attend the half period, you're not going to attend the half period of math during that lunchtime. You're only attending the lunch portion of the presentation. That lunch portion of the presentation is just a reminder on the importance of Skyward, and we do have mid-quarters coming up a lot sooner than we'd expect. So really just showing you what students created. This week in home base, students did take the time to create an individual schedule where they have the teacher's name and the Zoom link. You also have access to all of these Zoom links down here as well for the teachers. So it's divided up by 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teachers. And then you have some of your fine arts teacher, world languages, performing arts, and physical education teachers. We have a spot for the LRC, and a link for our counselors to meet our counseling team. So that is all put together for you. So your students all have this completed and can pull it up for you to make it easier. What you will see at home is pretty much the exact same thing. It's just looking at the links that we do have as well, and then the same schedule so you can see that. So you could easily just go ahead, go to the teacher that your student has for whatever period, and click on that link, and that will take you to the Zoom. So getting back to business, we're really going to focus on accelerating learning. Throughout the course of the year, and especially knowing with what students have experienced over the past year, we really want to find out where students are academically. We're going to target very specific essential skills and standards per grade level and per content area. We do this by looking at their iReady assessment, which all students have already taken our fall benchmark for our iReady diagnostic assessment. We're also going to look at formative classroom assessments and see how students are progressing. And we're really going to target and focus on supporting students through instruction of where they are and where they need to be to achieve those grade level standards. So that's going to look different in each content area, and that's something our teachers are going to talk about and how they're focusing on those standards to really accelerate the learning of our students. A great way that we're doing this and targeting this in math is through our new universal resource. This is illustrative math, and it's a K-8 curriculum. So this is something that our elementary students are working on currently, and it feeds up to the middle school. And this is a great way to have a new lesson structure that's providing very strong skill acquisition at high levels of student engagement. And this is already something we've seen a lot of authentic learning experiences with mathematics. So students see the purpose to the math that they're doing. We have a lot of assessments that are embedded in the curricular resource for teachers to use to plan instruction and monitor student achievement and go right back to that accelerating the learning of the student, utilizing this universal resource for math. We're also continuing to focus on social emotional learning at the junior highs. We do this specifically through our home-based classes, and we run our home-based classes on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Our true purpose is creating a sense of community with a direct point of contact for a student and for you. So that home-based teacher can definitely be a go-to for you, an advocate for your child. And in this time, we focus on creating this sense of community, but we're also working on executive functioning and organizational strategies and support time. This could be organizing lockers, organizing notes, making sure homework's done. Teachers have also created a classroom climate plan that really focuses on expectations in the classroom and making sure that everyone's comfortable and ready to achieve their full potential of learning. We also have CHAMPS expectations that we're running, and if you followed the different flash updates we had some videos put out about our CHAMPS expectations in the hallways, in the lunchroom, in our assemblies whenever we start having larger group assemblies. But CHAMPS really explains the expectations to students for what is our conversation level, what do we do for help, what does an activity look like, what movements allowed, and how does active participation and engagement look for a student. So this is pretty descriptive for students to understand our clear expectations, and it's done in an appropriate and positive way to students. And it helps us reflect on how that activity went. Our mitigation strategies, we're continuing in classrooms to be 3 feet apart as much as possible, which is the vast majority of our classes. Students are all sitting 3 feet apart and fully masked. At lunch, students are either eating in the gymnasium or the cafeteria, so they can be 6 feet apart and safe to take their masks off and eat. We're still practicing proper hand washing, hand sanitizing, and wearing masks at all times when indoors. When outdoors and socially distanced, students are able to take their masks off at that time. Again, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Again, I'm Michael Wheatley, the new principal at Friendship. Happy to have you joining us, even if it is virtually. And if you need me, contact me through my email or call Friendship, and you can get a hold of us. Have a great night tonight.